Hello, I'm Ajay from Canonic, and in this video, we will learn how you can set up role-based access control for your projects. Let's start. There are two ways you can enable this feature. One is by clicking on a page and then clicking enable here. Second is clicking on project setting, then going to access management and then enabling it here. There are three configuration you have to do. One is user, then roles, and then permissions. So by default, we have two permission, read and write, and role is admin role that is defaultly created. Let's create a new role. We'll call it author permission. Let's say it only has a no, write permission, and then home page. We only want to like the default page for this role would be the create page. Cool. Now let's just create a new user for it. So if we click on new user, specify name, no, birthday, password, and I want to give this role of author to this user. Let's go back to our project. So by default, the star means that's your home page. So by default, if I were to open this page, this list page should show up. But since we have like if I sign in with the credentials I just created, it should open create page. So let's just go and check. Here I'll fill in canonic.dev. So yeah, I'm navigated to this create new invoice page, which is correct. So let's go back to the project. Now I've shown you how to create a user, but what if you want to migrate your existing user to Canonic, or you want to just bulk create users from another data source? So by default, Canonics gives you multiple ways to do that. So you can have your own external data source from external databases such as MS SQL, MongoDB, MySQL, Redis, or Postgres, or you can even pull it from external services such as Airtable or Google Sheets. In this demonstration, I have a Google Sheets that have some users. So I want to import this user. Let's see how you can do that. So let's create a workflow first. Create users. And as I say, I want to pull data from my Google Sheets. So Canonic does offer a native integration of Google Sheets. So Google Sheets, get the users from GS. Okay, now I have to choose the which operation I want to perform. So this is the operation I wish to perform, which is spreadsheets dot values dot get. So we will quickly authenticate. Now, okay, now we have to just give it this required spreadsheet. So we can copy spreadsheet ID from my spreadsheet here. This is the spreadsheet ID. We'll paste it here. And the range, you can either specify the range or the sheet you want to read. So my sheet's name is, I think, sheet 1. So that's what I'll specify, sheet 1. And let's just test if our data is coming in correctly or not. Yeah, so and this is the structure of the data we're getting from Google Sheets, so which is encapsulated in this values key. Actually, we have to reformat this data in order to dynamically add the user. So let's just copy this to sort of get this bit of context on how the data is and how we should structure it. So create a functional node. Just paste it in here. Mm, So yeah, we're getting, so ideally this should be our keys. Let's imagine the data structure like key object, sorry, key value pair, right? Key and value, where your name would be the key and this thing will be your value of that key. So I think we can restructure this data. Let's just, so if you want to access the data of previous node or any node in your function or in any webhook, what you can do is, so my Google Sheet data is coming from this node, right? So this is the first node. Array wise, this is the zeroth node, this is the first node. So what I can do here is, I'll expand this. I can say const, let's call it keys. Keys is equal to params dot one. Params is like this default parameter that you receive the first parameter. So param dot one means the this Google Sheets data. So params dot one dot values, because that's where the data is. So you can see that's where the data is, and we want the zeroth array as our keys, and we can say const rows equal to params one dot values. We want these two, right? So we can say dot slice it from first index. We can get rid of this data, we don't need it anymore. This was just for visualization purpose. We can say const users is equal to, we can map over rows. So rows dot map row will give us this thing. Now what I want to do is run reduce on keys, so we can do it like this. Return keys dot reduce, so it will accept so let's say three parameter. The first would be the accumulator, let's call it obj. Second would be the values of key, and I also want its index. Okay, let's open another curly braces here, and what we want to do here is assign objects the key is equal to rows index, and then we want to return this obj, and we want to begin it with the empty array. And yeah, let's just return this user up here. Here we'll say return users. Let's check if we're getting the data in desired format. Let's just rename this format user. Hmm. Okay, let's check this format users. Yeah, so we are getting the data in our desired format. Okay, so Canonic exposes this method, this actually function called sign up, which can programmatically create new users. Let's just see how we can map over this data and create it. So I want to map over this users array. So what I can do here is I want to return. So it will be promise.all, since this will be an asynchronous operation. Promise.all, I want to map over users. Users.map async. Let's call it user. Okay, so as I told you, it exposes this sign up function, and it accepts data in this format. So it will accept email, so that would be user dot email. Then name would be user dot name. Then it accepts password in plain text. It should be in plain text. It will in the background hash it, but you should not send it hashed password. It will do it for you. So user dot password, and then accept roles. I have it in user dot roles. It also accepts this thing called is verified, is active, and metadata. Metadata can be anything. Is active and is verified should be a boolean, but we don't want to do that here right now. So let's just check if our data is right. We'll verify once on Google Sheet, and name, email, password, role is verified. Yeah, true. Okay, so this looks good. Let's just run and see if it works. Maybe so. I don't think it was executed. We're returning it, right? Let's just rerun it. So see, it's returning status 200 for user creation. So it is showing, okay, so this user is created. You can see the password is hashed here. Role was created for the user. Similarly, for another user, the role is created, the password is hashed, is verified false, active is true. Cool, cool. So let's jump on to project setting, go back to access management. Here we have to refresh this. Then we should be able to see newly added users. Yeah, so as you can see, the newly added users are there. Here the role is unknown. We have to create this role. I think the role was moderator. The permission it will have is just the right permission. Let's say homepage will be the default homepage. It will set a list as default homepage. uh, Cool, this looks good. So let's see how you can manipulate front page to programmatically show programmatically disable or hide some components. So let's say if I want to hide this new invoice button, those who do not have write permission. So what I can directly do here is access permission should be right, or I can programmatically do here as well. So is hidden, so it will be based on permissions, users dot permission, and if it includes or if it doesn't includes write permission. Spelling is correct, right? So I'll say doesn't include write permission. Cool. So we can do it like this as well, or if you completely want to hide it, you can do it like this as well. Both would work. If you want to selectively disable something if user does not have a write permission, so for example, I want to disable this delete button if user does not have write permission. So all I have to do is select a table. To select a nested, so the table is nested inside here, right? So if you just press and hold command or control key and then click on the component, it will select this nested component, which was the table. And if you scroll down, you should see this delete row action, and here we have this disabled button which we can add a program which we can add dynamic value to it. We scroll back to permission, we'll write dot includes, and includes will be the write permission, and we want to say if it does not includes the write permission instead of includes write. Looks good. Cool. If you want to see what permissions looks like, so you can drag this text component outside the canvas. Here we can see permission. So it is an array. That's why we are using dot includes. So awesome. Now we'll check how it is working. So if I click on this preview button, it will open this sandbox for role-based access management. So if I click on moderator's role, sorry, author's role. Oh wait, none of it is working. Let's quickly go back and check. It should be hidden if user does not have write permission. User permission includes write, and should be hidden. It should be disabled if does not contain write permission. Okay, let's go to the access management. Uh, let's see how roles are assigned. So okay, so everybody has write permission, so that was our mistake. So let's say moderator does not have write permission and only has a read permission. Sorry about the mess up here. When we go back to our project, we go back to this sandbox preview. Here, if I say moderator, you can see the new invoice button is invisible right now, and the delete button is disabled as well. And if I select author, it shows the new invoice. If I click on it, it takes me to create invoice page. Uh, Go back here. And if I assume rollout admin again, and I want to delete this, it should let me delete it. So yeah, invoice deleted. Moderator cannot do this. Moderator cannot add new invoice. So yeah, this should give you this brief overview of how you can interact, add, modify users, roles and permissions in Canonic, how you can hide a component. For example, I can hide this entire container of this title and button if I want to. If I scroll down and it's hidden, I just have to specify that, or I can just say if the user does not have right permission, hide it. Yeah, so it's basically shows you how you can modify your project however you want. And this is the sample project offered by Canonic. There are plenty more. You can find it here in sample projects. So yeah, you can use it as your to test things out. So hope you got something to learn from it. And thank you for watching. Bye.